FMKAZI. It is almost officially summer. If you stuck your big toe outside over the last 24 hours,
was it summer?
Man, you know what? It's almost there.
Cause yesterday
almost
felt
there.
like summer.
It almost, man. I'm telling you.
I saw the little big-eared, bald-headed dude from Six Flags dancing outside. It felt like it was summer yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
That was horrible.
It was.
I was coaching a championship game in that weather.
Were you really
trying to keep them? Nah, man, we came in second.
It was hot. I should have took the context clues when you said I was coaching instead of I was winning.
Yeah, I would definitely would have let you know.
It's different,
Your
right?
boy sitting on a city championship.
Right.
But we came in second.
Uh-oh. You drop your phone. There you go.
Came in second.
Really?
That's
You know,
all right.
that's
There's
all right.
a lot of teams that would love to be in the championship game.
Right.
My girls still got rings from it. They big rings too, dog.
Ain't it cool
They
to
look
get rings now?
like Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
Nice.
I want to wear that ring.
Nice.
I might steal it.
Right.
While they at school, I be wearing it.
How many she
When
got?
they came home, I put it back on. I mean, in total, she probably got about 4 or 5 of those
You
rings.
could probably just take one and she wouldn't recognize it's gone.
You know, with her little trophy wall, you're right. She would never know.
But if she knew it, you'd be in trouble.
Oh, yeah, I gotta watch my back.
Yeah,
I low-key want to take some of my son's rings and take pictures in them. Like he got one this weekend as well. And I'm like, you think he'll miss this one? Yeah, that's the one he'll miss. Okay, let me figure out which one he won't miss. Ooh, that lime green joint. He won't miss that.
Man, Titan will be all over you like
He
white
will.
on
Yeah,
rice.
he will. He knows all this stuff. I'm like, why? It's all your rings.
See,
right
mine is shorter than me, so she gonna cut me low.
Okay.
But you
gonna
gonna
bump
get
you
knocked
off
to
the head.
smooth out. 'Cause
Yeah,
he could reach your chin.
here. Yeah, with his chin.
Yes.
Just going forward. It ain't even a lean up. Or, no, he's just right there.
You
Yeah.
looking like one of those knockout fight videos. Timber.
When the dude, when he stay on the ground, but he be tensed up on the ground.
Oh, you
He's
out
trying to
before.
fight.
You done went stiff as you fall to the ground. You got knocked out like
I try
that.
to swing at the ref. It's over already. You're good. You're out of the fight. What? You're safe. You're safe.
Exactly. Oh
Man,
my gosh.
Jabari.
Yes, sir.
Why you had to go and put that imagery in my mind about summer, dog?
Man, here's the thing. I was just getting ready to ask you because I know you're an East Coast cat. And how long have you been here? Just real quick.
4 years.
4 years. Okay. Have you gotten used to this madness yet?
I have.
Being from the East Coast, because I know it gets hot,
Yeah.
but they don't get this is like.
See, but I'm not normal because I've been deployed to the Middle East several times. And we don't get to roll up our sleeves. So you got on your combat gear and you got your sleeves down. And so I've always vowed to never complain about the heat ever again. So I'm different.
Right.
It actually feels like you put your head in the oven or somebody takes a hair dryer and just keeps blowing that air in your face. So the wind blowing, but it's just more hot air rolling over your face.
Right.
So I won't
right.
complain.
Okay, so what about your people though?
Well,
Your people, that's different
they
story.
my people though, and I done fashioned them in my image. And they know about perspective.
Right.
Plus, I'd be having my kids in that. Both of my girls was on that team.
Yes,
Both of my girls was in that weather last night
Right.
because they're acclimated.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
they don't understand. They know to hydrate.
Yeah.
So that's still different.
That's real.
But we did see the other team and they were wilting. They were complaining about the heat. And,
Ain't that a
and
beautiful
those are the
thing?
things I tell my kids. I want you to gain confidence from that.
Yeah.
What you see in their weakness gives you more confidence, gives you more strength because they're distracted. They worried about the elements and not the game. You focused on the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Elements, you've already conquered.
That's the most beautiful thing when you find yourself playing. Like I know with football, it'd be hot too because with us with Texas
Yeah, dude.
football, we'd start in the summer.
Yep.
And then by the time we got to I think 2 days, which was spring, it would still be kind of hot, and that'd be the first time we'd have pads on. And at some point, it would switch from being hot to cold. And if we went to the playoffs, because we went to the playoffs, I think all 4 years flex. You would
Nothing wrong
now
with
be playing in the cold.
Yeah.
And practice at first, you're like, oh man, it's cold. But then once you started going over your script for whoever you're playing that weekend, you forgot about how cold it was because it was just execute. And I loved when we got into playoff mode to where we were no longer worrying about injuries. We weren't worrying about the weather. We weren't worrying about any extenuating circumstances other than who's got what assignment.
Yeah.
Oh man, the linebacker I got to block. That's all state. Okay, I got to
Get
make
him.
sure we handle that. Oh yo, we got to watch the quarterback. The quarterback's a runner. We got to have a spy on the quarterback.
I'm watching.
We're not worrying about the weather anymore. And I remember at some point you'd be playing in some of the worst conditions.
Oh, yeah.
And you're looking at your homeboy. He got mud in his beard.
Yep.
Your running back that got a visor. He got to clean his visor off every play, and it just became normal.
Yeah.
And you just play.
When we played football over in Germany, we had a lot of snow. We had snow games. They don't believe in canceling those games. But I was always ready for that. Man, I remember when I used to walk my dog outside, I used to take my ball with me and just throw my ball to the little doggy poo receptacle. So I do a drop, throw to the receptacle. And I'm just giving the dog a chance to play outside.
Right.
But when I'm doing is practicing. I'm practicing the grip.
Yeah.
I'm practicing getting my mind right so that I can grab a ball in the snow.
It's different, yeah.
And it never mattered to me because, to your point, when you practice at the worst, you are prepared for your best
That heat
in the worst.
Yeah, when that heat hit, I remember in the summer. I remember one year when we were having a heat wave here in town, and people were passing out.
God.
This was the first time I think I ever felt mortally in danger on the field.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember one of our best players, all-state track guy, passed out. The news was there recording us, and this guy passed out in front of them. And they were recording because of the heat wave.
Well, Coach fired.
I know, I felt so bad, dude.
Somebody fired.
I was looking back, I was like, that had to be the worst case scenario as a coach.
No doubt.
But it was one of those things, though, it was a testament to just, that's what we did, though. And this is, every year we did this for 4 years straight. And it felt like it was just hotter and hotter and hotter. And I don't know, man. It's different here, dude. Like, if you're going to play sports, especially outside, because just about everything has some kind of outside element. Track, tennis, golf, basketball, football. You're going to have to deal with it. The basketball players think they safe. Y'all got to run outside.
Yeah.
You think y'all finna be inside? Your coach be, all right, we head to the track. Huh? What? We doing stairs at the stadium. Huh? What? Don't we got stairs inside? Yeah, but we got them outside too. Come on. Volleyball needs inside right now. Let's go. Volleyball ain't been in the gym all week.
No.
But they might need it though. Let's go. Come on, outside.
See, that's crazy. And this heat is massive. And then you're doing stairs, concrete stairs.
Yeah.
So you got the exertion of going up and down the stairs,
sir.
and you double that up with hot concrete all on your back.
And you got about 15 seconds to rest.
Yo, Jabari, when you're doing your festivals and things like that,
Right.
by the time you take the stage, someone performs or something, you come back on stage. How do you stay cool? Because Jabari standing up there with sweat on his brow. You see the sweat marks under his arms.
There's sweat
like, you don't
equity
look
everywhere.
like cool Jabari Warfield no more.
No.
You just a dude out there, so you just have your sweat rag ready, and you just like, hey, it's hot, people, but we still got these cool sounds.
Yep.
Is that what you say?
That's the way it is. The cool is out the window. The cool is out the window. And the thing about it is, like, we used to do, like, when I first started teaching Zumba, we've done some outdoor events. I've done events in parking lots during the summertime. Yeah. And I've seen folks, like, just look like they just gonna melt. Yeah. So these days, it's more inside stuff or it's covered. Like, I'm getting ready to do this event next week where it's in a covered area, like completely covered. And so covered is okay. You still gonna catch that heat, but you ain't gonna catch that direct heat. So I'd rather catch the heat than the direct heat, than the sun beaming down, changing your shade. So it's you don't want nobody falling out, man, because you don't know how much somebody who's coming to participate can take. Right. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful. Make sure you got your water. Make sure there's water around. Gatorade, whatever you need, something like that. But yeah, the sun is no punk right about now.
It's already here.
Yeah.
Maxi dresses, crop tops, linen pants, shorts, tank tops. We ready for it.
It's getting ready to be on.
Woo!
We here for it, for sure.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we'll take a little break and come back and mix it up. It's Morning Grind, y'all. 88.7 on 88.7 FM. KAZI 808. Just like the beat. What's going on, y'all? Your boy Jabari Warfield, Dab Dub, and Simply Courtney. We are the Wednesday edition of the Morning Grind. Stalled our car on 35 up near Riverside. Look out for that. Could take up some traffic on the service road. Also some flooding as well. If you headed up to Old Plum Highway in both directions, a little problem there. Also look out for some problems up near Lamar and Houston Street. Traffic, of course, tightening up as we get into that 8 o'clock hour, and it is going to be worm today. Not looking for a man. We talking 101?
101?
Something like that, yeah, man.
Oh don't know.
I was like, wait a minute, summer did. Why can't we sync this up right? I really can't. Okay, summer ain't here yet.
Right.
June ain't even here yet. Pero we've still got to deal with this crazy heat. What in the world? Why? I love this Austin, Texas.
You know
man.
how you walking through the store and they say they want to give you a little tester? Yeah, we just gave you a little taste test. Let you know what's to come. Remind you where you at.
What is that sample tray?
All those people that come here and just want to live here, the snowbirds.
Yeah.
This is just to remind them it's time for y'all to go and get.
Let you know.
Let the real ones go ahead and hang through the summer.
Yes, sir.
It's time for y'all to go back from whence he came, which is like Michigan,
Right.
Wisconsin,
Right.
Indiana. That's where you want to be.
Roy Jones said it best. Y'all must have forgot. And I think that's what's going on right now.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Texas, Austin is so fun. Oh, it is, huh?
Till we hit you with that.
I like going and, I love just walking the park, an area at like 12 o'clock. Oh, 12? 1 o'clock. Oh, 1? Now I think 10 o'clock.
I felt it last night. I walked out of that movie theater about 10 o'clock.
Still hot.
And it hit me.
Sizzle.
And I was like, God.
You saw the line still.
I almost wanted to say, baby boo, give me that hand. Let's go for a long walk.
Yeah.
Till I realized, I got to wake up early, work out, go to the station. Yeah. It's going to be an early morning. So, let's take it to the house. But I almost wanted to do some lovey-dovey, take a long walk in that warm night air.
Yeah.
But then I had to, that energy kicked in, and I realized, brother got to get to bed.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Change your mind real quick.
I'm curious. I had a breakdown, and I want to know if y'all agree with the breakdown.
I love this. Go for it.
All right. So LNs. Y'all know what LNs is? Little ninjas.
Yeah.
Little ninjas are age 8 to 14. Okay. Y'all agree with that?
Agreed.
Yeah, about that.
All right. YNs. YNs are age 15 to 25.
Right.
Agreed.
Young ninjas.
They scary.
Y'all all right with that?
They scary.
Okay. Big bros. Big bros, or BB is what we call them. BBs are age 26 to 35.
I didn't know that's what that stood for. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's 26 to 35?
Yes, sir. You all right with that one?
That's fine. That's fine.
Those are the big bros.
I just aged out of that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
I still feel like it though sometimes.
Yeah,
Now you with us. Now you with us. Stop trying to be young.
I know.
The unks. 36 to 44. You
Hey,
an unk.
Hey, I'm unk status.
Yeah, okay, yeah, now you unk status.
I was looking at that and I felt that and I was like, but I'm not though. But I am, but I'm not.
When I got dressed today, I realized it was unk energy.
That's real.
Because I tucked my shirt in.
Right.
And I was going to let it out.
No.
I was like, no, I'm going to tuck it in. But you ain't golfing. I picked up my daughter from school yesterday. I had on a visor. I had on a T-shirt. And I had on some shorts. And first she said, was you golfing? Yeah, unk energy.
You was functional. You were like,
that's what she said.
I got this visor because the sun sometimes be in my eyes.
That tells you she know me though.
You dressing for.
And then
go for it.
OGs.
Uh-oh.
Now the OGs is 45 to 55.
Okay.
You all right with that one?
OGs 45 to 55.
You close, young buck. You
I'm trying to think 45 to 55. Yeah, because at that point you got some
These are the dudes born in the 70s.
Right, and you got some experience.
Yep.
And whatever we're doing, more than likely if they're that age, they got experience in it.
Because they lived a whole life before the turn of the century, before the millennium started.
Before the phones, all of that.
Okay, all right. And then lastly, the 55 and up, those are the elders.
See, I was when I saw that one, I was looking at everybody at church, and I was like, man.
Those are the elders.
Right.
55 to what?
55 and up.
Yeah, I said what to what?
Take it to the house.
100.
Once you get 55, you take it to the house.
I hate it because I feel like there needs to be another.
No double OG.
They take it to the house.
Can't be double OG. Give me double OG.
Nah, you the elders. Embrace it. Because think about it. When you have that, because you have that 50, you turn 50 party, but don't nobody ever had a turn 60 party, right?
50 and 80.
But the 50 is the big one.
Right.
And then you done had about 5 years to enjoy that you had that 50 party. You could still kind of see the 40s in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
But it's gone.
I don't think 50 should be elder. I don't think the name. I don't think elder. I think elder. We need something in between that because elder needs to be
Okay, think of the 55-year-olds you know. Do you know one or two 55-year-olds?
My 50s are cool.
They got grandchildren, don't they?
Not all of them.
But they do.
Because remember, I do stand-up
they're
comedy.
capable, though.
Oh, they're very capable.
That's an elder.
Yeah, I got you.
That's somebody grand.
The young. Well, I got some of the young acting 50s, though. But I got some old acting 50s, too. But I'm thinking that I think there's like, let's say 65 and up, there needs to be a different category because I think 50 to 60 is a different world for a lot
Young
of
Buck,
people.
you don't know nothing about this here right
I
now.
don't.
Let me say something to you. When AARP starts sending you emails,
All right, you got to get
you an old head.
Yeah, then
when the 55 and up communities
They say, what's up?
apply to you,
Yeah.
and they be like, "Hey man, you want to come for a visit? You an elder."
When you start going, that's not bad.
That's
I
why
think I should
ain't
live in the
nobody
first
think about it
place.
because right now you're railing, and I appreciate you fighting a good fight for
I'm
them
fighting
54, them 55-year-old OGs out
They
there.
gonna say they ain't elder. I
But
already know it.
at this point, dog,
Yeah.
how come you didn't try to use that energy on those 55 and up communities? Your whole life you've been like, nah, that sound right, 55 and up. And that's where you go to retire and the rest of your life. So that's why it's 55 and up elders.
You right.
It just ride that on out.
'Cause
Just ride it on out.
We hope we got another 30 after that. They say, was it 4 scores and
7 years ago.
4 scoring 7 years ago. Yeah.
go for it.
You want to take a phone call?
Yeah, let's
see
do
what's
it.
going on. Let's see what people have. No, I'm
guarantee
still
it's an
gonna,
OG.
I'm still gonna rate for the double OG.
It's an OG.
That's what I'm gonna tell you. What's good? What's good, caller? Good morning. How you doing? It's morning grind.
I was doing all right till my boy Dapper D went to the 60s on and
Tell him,
the
dog.
knees started hurting and I had to call in. I might have to come up there and visit y'all next Wednesday. 'Cause,
Hey, tell me you ain't calling me standing there right now with your church socks on and some loafers.
oh man, see, you're hurting me now.
Yeah,
What?
thank you.
You know,
Thank
you
you.
try when you get in that 60s zone, you try to relive and recapture those moments that
Yes,
are
sir.
fading, and you're bringing me back to reality.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do it. See, all of y'all that mess with me today, you brought me back to reality and the heat. It's how you handling Austin, Texas.
Yes, it is.
You don't bring up the age factor. Y'all know I be trying to get all that stuff like the Sheila Jit and all that stuff, all that stuff I keep now, trying to lose this weight and get in shape and stay young. I'm done. I'm just gonna find me a retirement home. If they don't want me, I'm gonna find me a tree with a blanket.
I know that's right. Man.
Come on, y'all later.
All right, man. Thanks, brother.
Yo,
appreciate it.
appreciate you.
That's
No, he's right. He's not wrong, man.
I guessed that it was an OG, but he sounded like he was an elder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because wait a minute, because OGs is 45 to 55.
45 to 55.
That don't even feel right.
No,
I
it
What
get
are you
it, though.
talking about?
It don't. So I'm gonna say this. I'll say like OGs 45, 55, and I guess because I'm 39, so I don't feel like an OG. But I mean, because I still think that there are people still finding themselves around that time period. Now 55, I think by that point maybe you found that stuff. But
Remember, we
people haven't.
not the outliers.
I know,
We're
I
talking
got
about
you.
that sweet spot.
The average.
Yeah, where
Yeah,
everybody at.
overall.
Go ahead and think about it. Go ahead and think about it.
I mean, because you ain't playing basketball
No.
like you used to.
Yo, I got an email from my homie the other day because we
Yeah.
got this new listserv at work for,
You just-
and
you
he
just
said,
said
"Hey,
it right
I ain't
there.
seen you in a while."
Hey.
And I said,
Hear what you just said. You
What?
said I got an email.
"Agreed."
Yeah,
We
yeah,
ain't
yeah. No,
emailing
you get
each
a text
other.
message.
Agreed.
You
We
got
get Texas. We get Snap.
Well, hold
we
on
get
now.
Instagram.
What we doing? So what about those of us who at work though?
Brother, we still you,
Because these are the
you still
dudes
got
I
a
hoop
cell
with.
phone. You still got a cell phone at work.
He got a better cell phone
Well,
than I do. And
So
he
then
said-
I proved my point.
Okay.
Because this is old man ball that we doing.
I know.
Right, right,
When the
Sounds
young
like
bucks be there,
Y'all
we
be
tell them,
texting.
"Hey man, we got this court reserve.
You don't even play with them.
You want to go on over there
want 'em
because
away.
we the old heads right
Wow.
here."
That happens to
And then
us.
sometimes they come over to wait because they think they got next, and we try to tell them, "Hey man, we rotate. We don't
ain't-
do the traditional.
ain't no next."
Nah, we rotate. So like you could get in, but then you're gonna have to rotate out so another guy could get in.
Yeah.
In like the middle of the game, they don't ever like that.
No,
they
they
hate that.
don't. Because they come in, and I think I've experienced both sides of it, believe it or not, now with the younger dude
Yeah.
playing with I call it playing up.
Yep.
And then they don't understand it. They get out there and do all the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And you be like, I'm going to guard you for 2 or 3 swings. And after that, I'm going to sub to somebody else. And I ain't got no pride
You
in
can't
this.
run with them.
I ain't got no pride trying to keep. I ain't finna hurt myself trying to keep
cannot
with you.
run with them.
And if you're going to go run and go full speed and try to dunk the ball and all that, go for it. It's still 2 points. And that's when we start talking trash. It's
Yeah.
like, you missed it because you're trying too hard. You try hard. And that's when they mentally start breaking down. That's what I love about this part
Uh-huh.
is that you can mentally break people down with like 2 words. Try hard.
Yo,
Oops, look like somebody should have been in the league. I wonder why they ain't in the league.
you know you washed when your lady tried to talk you out of it. Oh. So y'all saw that little thread that we got this thing coming up this weekend with the Spurs and the horse.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, now that all the kid activities are done before the summer stuff kick in, I was like, well, maybe I'll shoot around for the rest of the week and going out there and do something, knock some of that rust off.
Yeah.
Wifey said, man, you don't need to go out there and hoop. I said, but it's just horse. She said, oh, I know. She said it's some of that. It's some of that activity you're gonna do before you get out there that's probably gonna mess you up.
Yeah.
So that's the other sign when you are unk, or you are OG, or you are elder. When cats start trying to talk you out, and and it's also like little things that we say too, that tell you of the generation you from, and that's those are your signs.
Sure, and I remember we were talking about that. Like I think we were talking about like what language do you use, what slang do you use, and are you generationally qualified to use it?
Yes.
Or are you trying to be a little too hip, a little too much with the times? I mean, there's certain stuff that's gonna fit, certain stuff is gonna be like, did you really say that? You are too old to say that, or you too young to say that.
And age that or that lingo.
Exactly.
Okay, I want all of our listeners to do a little self introspection because we had homeboy call in. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Homeboy, already an unk phrase.
Right.
Before I even get started.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, the bee's knees. Now you and I know of it.
I know it. I've never
Young
used
Buck,
it though.
you only know what bee's knees is.
I say it, but I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
The cat's pajamas. Now I don't say it, but I understand it.
No
Right.
clue.
And Jabbar, you understand?
No, I don't say. I've never said it, but yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about.
Heavens to Betsy.
What?
Ooh, no, that's my granddad right there.
But you do remember it though. You know of it.
Oh, yeah.
Your cartoons. What was it? Heavens to
Heavens to
Murgatroyd.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you know
What? What'd you say?
See, Young Buck, you ain't up on that.
Yeah, yeah.
You ain't up on that.
It was a cartoon.
We the bridge. You gotta understand, Jabbar. We the bridge to your grandpa.
True.
So when we understand what your grandpa talking about, think about it.
Yeah.
God rest everybody's soul, but my grandpa ain't here. That's we occupying that space. All right, in a jiffy.
I've said that.
Young Buck, you said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
But you understand it.
Sure, definitely.
I'm pooped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've said
Young
that.
cats ain't saying that.
Yeah,
Hit the hay.
I say that. I say that.
that's old school.
You a unk, dog.
I
Like
think
you
so.
fighting it,
I think
but
so.
you there. And G Willikers.
I've never said that. I
But,
understand it.
but
I've
you
never said
understand it.
Oh, I understand
It's
it all
from
day.
your age group.
Oh, all day,
It was,
yeah.
it was on. Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Like we fighting it, but just go ahead and just relax, let it happen.
Go on
Just
and let it slide.
Just let it happen.
Okay, that's
Try to roll out of this cord instead of just picking the chair up and standing up.
See,
exactly. Yeah,
gentlemen, I got breaking news for you.
all right. I tell you what. Hold that. Hold
Okay,
that.
okay.
Let's take a little break and come back. Breaking news with Dapper G. Heavens to Betsy.
No, it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jump on it online.com. You jump on it. Check it
better
out.
know.
See what's popping.
You jump on it.
You jump on it.
Austin original right
Yes,
there.
sir. Yeah,
y'all.
man. Nook is that dude, man. Nook is that dude. He's crazy on stage too, man. He's 100% out there.
What was our thing that we had
out
at,
there
at
doing
Doris
his thing.
Miller?
Yeah, the Doris Miller thing. Yeah, he
Told up.
Yeah, he let him know.
Brought the whole crew with him too. I love that. That
Yeah, he
was
did.
cool about the whole thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Strong presence, strong vibe, strong family.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. 8 days of Jump On It, June 1st through the 8th. JumpOnItOnline.com.
Y'all better know.
Yes, sir. It's Austin Original, baby. 834 at 88.7 FM KAZI. Your boy Jabari Warfield and Dap Dub and Simply Courtney in the building. We are the Wednesday edition of the Morning Grind. A little later on, be sure to join me for jazz and other vibes. It's smooth jazz and R&B from today and back in the day, 7 to 10 tonight. So hang out with me. All right? A little later on this evening. For the most part, I'm hanging out with these two these two dudes making me feel like
you sound like
old AARP.
it sounds like he don't want to.
Yeah, I know. He said
He did it though. It was his choice. He didn't have to read that list.
Yeah,
he didn't have to put them. I think he put the
I'm
list
just
together
saying,
himself.
When your age is above the speed limit,
You better stop. Sir, I rebuke you in the name of everything holy.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God! What did he just
You
say?
got to let it go.
Ooh, you out of line about the speed limit.
Way
Just
out of line.
another case you will only grow.
I want you to finish that statement, sir. Sir, finish the statement. If your age is above the speed limit, you need to do what on the road?
Right.
Slow down. Speed up.
And wave your fist at the young bucks as they go flying past you.
Exactly.
So can they get
Slow down.
Can they get the Corvette, or they didn't age out the
Oh
Corvette?
no, you can go get the Corvette because we need that middle-aged life crisis dude. Like we need to see you get out of your Corvette in your khakis and your long white socks
In the Hokas?
Yeah, we need to see that. we
no.
we know
Hey,
we
no,
want to
no,
know
hold
you're
on.
enjoying your retirement.
Get your Mustang.
You
Yeah,
got
there you
what
go.
you wanted.
There you go.
You used to have an 86 Corvette.
Yeah. Right.
Now you got a 2026 Corvette.
Ooh,
Right. Yeah.
with the traction
Two things can
control.
happen at the same time.
That's a beautiful
That's true.
You
thing.
remember this? You remember how they used to look, and then now you on this new one.
You get in a midlife crisis for real. For real.
You want that breaking news?
Go ahead.
All right, go for it.
Breaking news: the first group of white South African refugees, described as persecuted farmers, has arrived in the U.S. However, according to local South African media outlets, not one among them owned a farm in South Africa.
Oh, say it
serious?
again. They didn't own a
Fellas,
what?
fellas,
What did they not own?
a farm.
And they calling them what again? They said they was.
They are described as persecuted farmers.
Okay.
So,
Come on,
fellas,
man.
I need y'all's opinion here. America is the land of opportunity for white South Africans.
You just said it best.
No.
Is that, I mean, where we at?
No,
'Cause-
I mean, do you know how big Africa is?
Yes.
How huge Africa and India are right next to each other. So you gonna bring them all the way 22 hours from Africa all the way over to the United States to cover them up. Give me a break.
This administration has frozen refugee admissions.
Yeah.
They've cut off resettlement funding.
Yeah.
But he made an exception
They made an
for the
exception.
South Africans who says they are victims of racial discrimination.
Not the North Africans, not Central Africa,
No.
not in the Horn,
Not the Congo.
not the Congo,
No.
and not all of the South Africans, by the way.
No.
A very specific group
Yes.
of South Africans. Because
Yes.
if I remember correctly, South Africa's kind of a big place too.
Yeah,
There's
it
a
is.
few cities in there. Yeah. Very populated.
3 main cities.
Main.
You would want to visit.
And yet, it's only a very, very, let's see the word we want to use, paper thin margin
Yes.
of qualified individuals that were allowed to come. Privileged. I like the word better. Privileged to come over.
7% of the population over there owns 90% of the land.
And this wasn't some of the landowners.
That tells you all you need to know.
Or maybe this was some of the landowners, but this wasn't some of the land farmers. Wait, did he just do something there? These were some of the landowners, but not the farmers, maybe? What are you thinking?
A little bit of both.
Oh.
Two things can be right at the same time there.
Sure.
Wow.
I'm just curious. I was just curious y'all's thoughts on that. It hits me a certain way. And I wanted to go a little step further because my buddy Dave Johnson, he's over in Virginia, he made a social media post. And he said, it's weird to me that a lot of people that are cheering on the fact that the new pope is American suddenly understand that representation is important.
Interesting, right?
Jimmy Kimmel opened up his stand-up by saying that. Look how excited everyone is because they see one of us.
Yeah.
So now you understand when marginalized, underrepresented communities say, oh, one of us has the opportunity. So what's the difference here? Can y'all help me with that?
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out the fact that why everybody's calling him a woke pope. Come on, that's probably one of the strongest status you can have, not only in a country, in the world. And you're pointing a finger at this man because he does have. Apparently, he's got Haitian ancestry from New Orleans, I believe. I think it was from New Orleans, right?
Yes.
And so
The
all
Creole.
of a sudden, all of a sudden, then there's a problem. If you didn't know that, if you never heard, if it never came out of the news, would you care?
Right.
Would that be an issue?
Right.
I mean, that's as a person who is in part of religion, especially with that status. At some point, you want to care for people. You want people cared for, and I know why they're doing it. I know why they're going after him. There's no question about it. But I just think it's just BS to go after a pope.
Yeah.
Okay, you may not agree with him, but to go after him like this is just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is.
I need some advice here, fellas.
All right. Because we're the best advice givers out there.
So help me out here.
Go ahead.
So you out with your roommate, right? Y'all at the club. Your roommate is buying drinks for a couple girls all night. But he doesn't even know these girls up in the club. But he's always late or always needs grace for rent when it's due.
Right.
What's a brother to do?
Smack him in the back of his head.
What?
Smack him in the back of his head. Say, boy, what are you doing?
Because there's always money for them girls and to get them drinks.
Right.
But hey, I'm gonna need a little more time on that rent.
No.
I'm a little late. Need some grace.
Nah.
Time and time again.
Nah.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Bro, gotta be on a budget, man. I mean, yeah, you want to ball out and say, okay, I'm spending this much money on me and this much money on somebody else. Because, I mean, you unless you're going to go knock on them girls' doors talking about, I got kicked out, I need some place to stay since I bought you all them drinks and I ain't got no money no more and my roomie ain't putting up with that noise of buying drink. Come on now, you got to be smarter with your money, man. That's the problem with it. You got to make your money work for you and not work for it, and budget yourself.
There it is. Work for you and not work for it.
And budget yourself, man. It's all right to ball out, but just know how much you gonna ball out. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Let's get to some music. You know, we always got to get Jabari moving on music, right?
Yeah.
I got one. I've been sitting on this for the week for Jabari.
Bring it on.
Jabari, I'm gonna give you 9 different rap groups, and out of these 9, what is the best story rap from a group or duo?
Okay.
Beastie Boys, Paul Revere. Mm-hmm. De La Soul, Better Listen.
Okay.
The Roots, You Got Me. Outkast, Art of Storytelling. Wu-Tang, Motherless Child. Mobb Deep, Trife Life. Ghetto Boys, Mind Playing Tricks.
Wow.
8 Ball and MJG, Strong Arm Robbery. Bone Thugs, First of the Month. Now, I don't mind going back through them again.
Okay.
But I need to know. And
Which one's the strongest one?
One of them's going to speak to you. None of this is really a bad answer.
Yeah.
And y'all could call him 512-836-2887 if they want to.
Right.
They want to go ahead and get in on that. But for you, Jabari,
for me,
of those 9, do I need to run through it again? Or
yeah,
you,
run
you
through it again, man. Because since I'm an elder OG,
it takes a while for them
triple
elders
OG,
to get their stuff together.
Yeah.
And an elder would put out a pen and pad right there. Let me get my pen and pad.
Yes, he would.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
They don't trust the memory.
No, not at all.
They ain't trying to keep up.
Not at all. I do and I don't. All right, kick it.
Which is,
That's another one.
Young Bucks ain't saying that.
Yeah.
Beastie Boys,
All right.
Paul Revere.
Yeah.
De La Soul, Better Listen.
Okay.
The Roots, You Got Me. If you don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Outkast, Art of Storytelling. Wu-Tang, Motherless Child.
Okay.
It's a banger. Mobb Deep, Trife Life.
Okay.
Ghetto Boys, Mind Playing Tricks. 8 Ball and MJG, Strong Arm Robbery. Last but not least, Bone Thugs, First of the Month. Jabari,
Okay.
I know this is going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Don't worry. The other 8 will not be offended. You got to give me one, and I don't want no honorable mention. You got to make a daggone decision.
Out of all of those, I got to just pick one.
Now, after you give me the one, maybe we can entertain something else.
Okay, cool.
But I got to know, what was the one?
The one.
And the question is, what's the best story rap from a group? Not career,
Story
performance in that one.
Okay, in all those. Well, I will say this. And my OGs, my triple OGs, elder statesmen, however you want to look at us. The one that is missing from that is Children's Story by Slick Rick.
Yes, sir.
Well,
That's the one missing from that list.
this is best story rap from a group or
Okay,
duo.
okay, group or duo. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
The elder didn't write that part down.
Yeah,
Courtney,
well,
so he missed
hey
that.
man, like you know what? It's the elder OG, triple OG brain cells.
Courtney, when he took out his pen and pad, why he put it on his tongue first before he start writing?
You gotta check and make
to
sure it
wetten
works.
it up.
Gotta make sure it's
No flawed strokes. It has to be all or nothing.
Thank you.
So what you gonna go with, Jabari? I'm so
out of all
curious.
of that, oh my goodness, that's a tough one. I mean,
know.
to pick one out of all of those, I would definitely I'd probably say Ghetto Boys. Mind playing.
That's the one for me too.
Yeah.
That was my pick. Now, Young
I
Buck,
like
I know you heard a couple of your unks
Mine's gonna be different.
playing some of these, but out of these,
Yeah.
what you got?
I'm going with I can't talk. Art of Storytelling by
I thought so.
Outkast.
I thought you would pick that. I didn't want to. I didn't know how I could say that, but that's what I thought you would go for.
Yeah, Outkast, man. And they getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes,
right?
they are.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm telling you.
Congratulations! Shout out to Big Boy and Andre Patton.
Yes, sir. It was so funny because I remember when
Andre
they were,
3 Stacks.
Yeah, Andre 3 Stacks.
Wait, no, Andre 3 Stacks is Big Boy. No,
No.
Big Boy. No, what's Patton's first name now? I forgot Big Boy's first name. Oh my goodness!
Has he offered it?
Yes, he
Oh,
has.
I just call him Big. I ain't never
I
called him
thought
by
it was
the first name.
Antoine Patton.
Antoine.
There it is.
I said
Okay.
Andre. I knew it was an A.
Yeah, there was an A in there.
A from the A. Yes. Shout out to Antoine Patton and Andre Benjamin. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good Lord.
They double A's.
I remember when they were when they got booed at one of the award shows.
Source.
Yeah, and they were like, "Well, South got something to say. That's all I got to say." And
Full circle.
how crazy is it that
Still here.
Andre and Big Boy turned out to be like two of the most respected
Yes,
artists,
sir.
not only by us as
Yes.
listeners, but like people in the game,
Still relevant.
and still killing.
I would put money. There are people that weren't alive during that moment when Andre famously steps out on stage, and proclaims the South got something to say.
But they know about it.
They know about it though.
Yeah,
What did he say? Y'all gonna feel us?
yeah. He knew it. He knew it.
I want to hit you with one more music.
Yeah.
This one I had this for a couple weeks, but I don't know. We didn't get it in because we had a musician in the studio. So, Jabari,
Yes, sir.
when the Time burst onto the scene with their self-titled debut album in 1981, fans were introduced to a slick funk-driven band led by the charismatic Morris Day. But behind the curtain, it was almost entirely Prince pulling the strings. Despite being credited as a group effort, the album was produced, written, and performed almost exclusively by Prince,
Yes, sir.
with Day contributing vocals and drums on select tracks. The rest of the band, Terry Lewis, Jesse Johnson, Jimmy Jam, Monte Moore, and Jelly Bean Johnson were more stage representation than studio collaborators at that point. Prince's vision was so complete that the Time essentially served as an extension of his musical persona, allowing him to explore a funkier, more playful sound through Day's rising star. The calculated move paid off commercially, producing R&B hits like Get It Up and Cool, and establishing the Time as formidable performers. What was that time like for you, Jabbar, when the Time came out and
man.
you were hearing that sound?
We absolutely loved the Time because we hadn't heard anything like that.
Yeah.
And I think with Prince Prince recorded so many songs in so many different styles.
Yep.
I remember Prince in the interview, he said he had to go into recording rehab one time because he was churning out music. There's music out there that once we pass and our kids pass, there'll probably still be Prince songs out there that we've never heard. I think on the Time album, he got a chance to express himself as a more of a kind of a bad boy, a little bit. But he looked and he said, I want to make this group sound like this. So he envisioned himself saying, okay, I want the keyboards to sound like this. I want the guitar to sound like this. I want it to be funky. He couldn't write it for himself and give it to a group of guys that are wearing, all these crazy clothes. He had to really I think he got out of his body and his mind at some point and said, I want this music to sound like this. So for us, when I heard it, when I heard Cool and Get It Up was the joint, man. Get It Up was it was that hit.
Young Buck, you might know TLC redid Get It Up. and that is what probably your mama played.
Is it called the same name or something?
I think they did call it Get It Up. Yeah, I think they did.
Get It Up.
Check that out.
So
then.
your auntie, your mom might have played
My stepdad definitely was
TLC.
playing it.
Okay,
Yeah.
there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Because the truck, that's all we had. A whole album. What's the one with Digging on You, Digging on Me? What album is that?
I don't see
Was that
Crazy
Fan Mail?
Sexy Cool already
Crazy Sexy
is my
Cool or
answer
Fan
for like everything. So
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
want to
thinking.
just say
So
Crazy
but I'm
Sexy
thinking
Cool.
it's probably was Crazy Sexy Cool was being played the entire way through. The one with I think it
Digging
had
on You.
Sexy-
Yep, Crazy Sexy
Okay,
Cool.
so that album
That was the
lived
number
in
4
the truck.
track.
We were in that truck, and that album was just 24/7.
Dang, man.
Right.
That's so cool. All right,
Yep.
I want to
Exactly.
hear what this caller got.
Exactly. Let's see what the caller is. Good morning, caller. What's happening?
Right on, brother.
You
What's
know
up?
what this is.
Look, now let me tell you something. I'm you know, we folks that's over that 35 threshold.
Yeah,
We ain't buying into all of that mess, man. We living our best life and having fun. But I wanted to tell y'all
Yes, sir.
not to forget that there was one lead singer before Moore's Day.
huh?
Oh, yeah, it was Alexander
And
O'Neal,
that was
wasn't it?
Alexander O'Neal.
Yeah.
Hey.
For the group, The Time.
That's right. Alex
Okay.
got fired.
Oh,
Stepped in because Morris was the drummer,
Yes, he was a shy drummer.
okay.
a shy drummer.
Why did he
When
get
Alex
fired?
got fired, Morris stepped in.
Why did he get
He
fired?
wasn't showing up. You know, Alex allegedly had a problem with that cane.
Oh, this is that time period. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Prince said, "Okay, I'll do you one better then. You got all the time in the world you want to do now."
Oh, yeah.
And he elevated.
Prince Prince did not. Prince
He did some
did not
James
play.
Brown stuff from what I've heard
Oh,
with
man.
the band members,
Yeah,
right?
Probably even worse.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, y'all just taught me
Oh
something.
no, Prince did not suffer a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody got put out.
They did. They did.
Yo, man, I forgot about that.
Love too.
Who? Go ahead.
To show you how strong, how much Prince didn't suffer a fool, he fired Questlove.
Wait a minute. Now hold on. Now hold on. Excuse me. What? Now I
That's
got.
right. Quest told the story himself. That Prince fired him one night.
Oh man.
Wow. Come on.
I gotta look that up now. Okay,
Yeah,
you
I
really
didn't even know
dropping
that.
some gems, sir. Thank you. Now, question for you. I got a question for you, sir. You still there?
Oh yeah.
So this age thing and I think our friend still has the list up, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you agree or did you disagree with some of the placements? And we're gonna go with the names and then the ages as well.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Oh no, give it to me again. But I definitely disagree with with some of the ones I heard.
Give me those latter three. The latter three.
The last 3.
Yeah.
Unks are from 36 to 44. OGs are 45 to 55. And elders are 55 and up. We already know you an elder because you know about the time. You brought Alexander O'Neal out.
Yeah, he did.
You about to teach a master class in the 80s.
Come on now, give him a piece of your mind.
Now,
I'm gonna
Now,
say
let me
you class
say
in
this.
1972.
no, brother, I'm not class of 1972. I'm born 1971. I was there with all of that.
Right.
With their first track being their first release being 7/7/93/11.
Oh,
I remember that because I was a kid when it was on the radio.
Uh-huh.
You talking about an elder?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't.
So you don't claim it because that's next year for you.
Here's the reason why. We just hit this 50 age group. The folks in the 70s, they were children of the 70s. We just starting to hit this 50 age group. Man, we just got over being crazy as road lizards.
But it's not just about age, though.
You want to talk about an elder?
Yeah.
You need to go to the group that's 20 years ahead of us because we still looking to them to tell us and give us advice and instruction.
Facts.
Okay, so these are some of the things that make you an elder. Your life experience. Look at you. You helped us and the young buck that we call in our group with your life experience and your wisdom. That's the number 2 thing. Life experience, wisdom, your community standing. I'm sure you're respected and trusted by others. You already gained our respect. Mentorship and guidance. You've also expressed that too. Your cultural and spiritual role. And then your emotional maturity. That is the definition of an elder.
Look, if you are still in the same place that you were 30 years ago, you should be dead.
Nice. Oh my goodness, yeah.
The brother that's 50, the brother that's 30 will never know what the brother that's 50 knows.
Agreed.
The brother that's 50 will never know what the brother that's 70 knows.
Yeah.
The brother that's 20 will never know what the brother that's 30 knows.
Yep.
The brother that's 10 will never know what the brother that's 20 knows. Because you're always growing until you're dead. This is why we can't throw anybody away. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah. Yeah.
Men sharpen. So if you're not connected with another brother that's younger than you, what are you doing?
So what would you say? Anyone that's above the elder, if I said that we call them ancestors, what's your take on that?
Ancestors are folks that's dead and gone on ahead of you.
Yep. Yep, exactly. Yep.
We gonna call them high
Still
council?
on this side breathing.
Yeah.
Anybody that's got some that has let me backtrack. A person who is committed to Yahuwah Elohim will have wisdom coming from a solid source that they can share with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Man, you brought it. This was a great call, man. We appreciate you calling in.
My pleasure.
All right, man. All right, see you a little later,
And
man.
I'm still trying to do some spots. I'm still trying to do some spots for KZI. Nobody called me yet.
Hey, who'd you reach out to?
I put in the email. I was told submit the email. I submitted the email 3-4 weeks ago. I ain't heard from nobody. I understand y'all moving. I ain't heard from nobody.
Hey, I got an email. I got someone you could email. Harris.
I've already sent the email.
I know.
I've already sent
This
the email.
brother, if he see your
and I know
email,
who
he
that
gonna
man.
get
So
you.
you look, you see who that at Gmail. It's already been sent in. That's me.
Try Harris. Haris. Just forward it. Just forward what you sent to Harris. I know he'll jump all over it.
Yeah, we'll make sure you get it in this time, man.
Hey, but thanks for calling. We got to step out.
Appreciate you, bro.
What's what?
All right.
All right, peace. All right, y'all. It's the Morning Grind on 88.7 FM KAZI. Coming up, we got folks from the Washington Carver Museum coming in. Talk about some cool guests, some folks that we love to have drop by every now and again. And they've got some great things to talk about this morning. One of them is here in person. The other one we have on the phone. So we welcome from the Carver Museum, Regine and Dila, Queen Dila. First of all, let's say hello to Regine since we got her face to face. How you doing?
I'm good, y'all. Ready to talk about Juneteenth today.
Nice. Just checking. Queen Dila, you there?
I am. How are y'all?
We good.
Doing good?
Yeah, if we get some breakfast, we're going to be even better. But right now, we're just doing what we do. Glad to have you all aboard. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being a part of Morning Grind this morning. I understand we got some really, really cool stuff to talk about. We got some great folks that are going to be participating in making this event happen. So tell us about it.
Oh, well, I think
Reggie, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and kick it off. So this year, we're going to have Stay Black and Live 2025, our sixth year doing this festival.
Okay.
If y'all are not familiar, Stay Black and Live is a kind of a play on words. You know, there's a Langston Hughes poem. Morgan Freeman says, I don't got to do nothing but stay black and die.
That's true.
And when we were thinking of what we wanted to call this celebration of freedom, we wanted to kind of flip that on its head, right?
Yeah.
And say black and live.
Right.
It's like a call to action, and it's a way to gather the people. And so this year we'll be kicking it off June 10th and June 11th with our Free Your Mind lecture series, because just as much as we want to celebrate freedom, we also want to study the history of it and also speak about how we can continue to liberate ourselves in 2025 and moving forward. So we'll have film screenings at the museum, both at lunchtime on Tuesday and Wednesday, June 10 and 11. And then we'll also have evening programming from 6 to 9 p.m. We'll be talking about tech and art, the ethicality of AI. We'll be talking about solidarity between Black Americans and Africans in the diaspora, Africans back on the continent. We'll be doing an artist talk, and we'll also be talking about these anti-DEI measures that have been taking place recently and what we can do about it as a community.
All right.
And I'll hand it off to Dila to talk to us about how we're going to be celebrating on Saturday, June 14th.
Yes, so I'm super excited, and sorry I didn't make it in with you all this morning. I'm in traffic. I'm one of them ones in traffic.
You see,
But,
there it is. You excused already.
But I'm super excited about our concert on the 14th. This is our 6th year. And we are really dedicating this lineup to Austin and to the community of Austin. What we understand is that a lot of festivals that get started in Austin, once they start to get bigger, they forget about all of those artists, the locals, the legends here who have been putting in work. And we wanted to make sure that we are cognizant around that. So this year, we're making sure that we are dedicating this lineup to Austin with a couple of special guests outside of Austin. So we have the Levites, we have Lady Shacklin, we have Deep Madness, we have Babu Flakes, we have Geo, we have Black Child. We have, just an amazing lineup. Our special guest is Charlie Boy, one of our headliners. And then another one of our headliners is Tamika Jones. And so, again, we wanted to make sure that we always have a balance of music from gospel to blues to funk. This year we have some reggae, hip-hop, R&B, just to ensure that everybody get a little taste of a lot of the things that are happening. We have some of our Untapped family DJs that will be coming and spinning in the earlier part of the day. We have DJ Kate Callie that's going to be on the mix. We have Ellie Arbor who's going to be in the mix. We have special guest DJ Smackola of the Dirty Worms who's coming and doing the special set. And then we have our first house band. So we've never done a house band, but we have none other than Grammy Award-winning John Dees, who is leading that house band. So y'all are going to be in for a treat with this house band, and who's going to be on that lineup is going to be amazing. And then for our host, we have a special guest host out of the Bay Area. She came and hosted last year, and it was one of our community's favorites, so we brought her back. And she goes by She Be Lady Blue, is one of my sisters out of the Bay Area. And then also co-hosting with Blue, we have none other than Bill Miller III, Austin's first poet laureate. So we have a stacked lineup for you all with so many activities, from education to fun for the family. So we want you all to come out. The doors are going to open at 12 noon, and it's going to end at 10 p.m. So it's a long day, but it's packed with fun. Oh, and we got our very first car show. So I got to let y'all know that, too. We're going to have the Swangers come out. Yeah. We're having the Swangers parade from Rosewood to the Carver Library, and that is our first annual. I say first annual. We're going to have that again next year. So, but this is our first car show, a part of the Stay Black and Live lineup. So, again, it's stacked, but it's going to be lots and lots of fun for you all throughout the day.
That is amazing.
That is a lot. That is a lot.
I'm excited about the whole car swinger thing.
There are prizes too, y'all.
That is the coolest thing ever. Like, we used to do, so my mom, just a little about me, my mom, Jack Ayers Creighton, used to do the Juneteenth, the Freedom Walk and Run, the programming, the pageant, all of that stuff was things that was ran by her. And I grew up in that. Like, I still always joke that I had never seen the parade from the outside. I was always in the parade. Even back when I was doing the East Side Story, I was in the East Side Story. We would walk, and we'd. I remember one year when I think it was Kurt Franklin's. God, was it GP? Are you with me? That was our mantra for like 3 years in a row. And so we would walk that entire stretch. And so I never got a chance to see the stuff from the outside. And so it's really fun now to kind of be on this side of it, being able to watch from the outside and observe and see how it's coming back to the I think it was really, really amazing at one point. I remember there was this time where you'd have an actual carnival over at Rosewood and all of that. It was just crazy, right? And I remember I lived that. I remember being able to be there after hours, just kind of walking around and just being amazed by it and seeing that you guys are bringing some amazing things back to it and adding stuff, which is really dope. That what is the car thing called again? It's a swinger. What do y'all call it again?
It's a swingers parade.
The swingers parade is the coolest thing. I cannot wait to see that. That is dope. I can't wait to grab my popcorn and sit on the side of that and watch that. The swinger parade, and it's a competition, you're saying?
Yeah, there'll be prizes. We got judges. It'll be a whole thing.
Y'all better get in that. Hey, Dad, let's get the. We're gonna get the Maybach and get in it.
You distract them, I'll take care of the rest.
Trying to take my car keys is what they're trying to do. He's supposed to be my boys, right? They try to take my car for years.
Because it's left, right. That's how you do it? Or is it right, left? How do we do it when we swing? You know how to swing?
No, I don't.
Oh, man, that might be me then. I got to learn how to swing.
I think that's a Texas thing.
All right, how much time I got before I have to learn how to swing?
You got, I think, like 4 weeks or something.
4
like
weeks?
that.
Okay, I can get this in 4 weeks.
Plenty of time.
I can do that in 4 weeks. I could do that. Take my little flip style.
We'll distract Jabari for the next 4 weeks.
Man, now you're platinum. Please don't buy. Do not buy into these two, man. I'm telling you.
I got a question for y'all about Juneteenth. Come on. And how are you guys going to take on the task of, you guys are trying to balance celebration with education, and you're honoring such a complex and powerful history. How are you guys planning on taking on that? It sounds like a hard task.
Well, it has been. This is our 6th year, so I think we've gotten to a point where we know the limitations of the team and also the expectations of the community, right?
Yeah.
And also the Carver Museum, I think the leadership team, we consider ourselves responsible for kind of being like thought leaders, like leading the conversation.
Right.
Because it is important to not just obviously continue the traditions, but how do we spark dialogue and action around what it means to be free and continue to free other people in 2025, especially in the current climate that we're in, right? I think these are really important conversations for us to be having. And so it really is a balance of like duty to community, honoring history, and also paving the path for the future so that it is a brighter future for those who are going to come after us, right?
That's the truth.
If we imagine
Most definitely.
Stay Black and Live 10 years from now, what do you hope it looks like?
I would love Megan Thee Stallion to headline 10 years from now.
Hey.
I'm trying to speak that into the universe. She's from Texas, so she knows Juneteenth.
Yeah.
But I think I would love for Stay Black and Live to be something that stays consistent, like with the Carver Museum, continues to progress our mission of celebrating and preserving African American culture and people, right? And so I think, we kind of, within the team, we kind of have a joke that it's like Black ACL.
Oh, come on now.
Nice. Okay.
Speaking in the fruition, man.
If y'all have been to the Carver, it really is like a true festival vibe, right?
It is.
Like we got a huge lawn, we got carnival games, we got vendors, we got free barbecue plates. Oh, also here's the other thing. Y'all don't gotta pay $300 for a weekend pass.
That's
Hey, say it again. It's what?
Free.
Hey,
Free.
you might have to say that one more time.
Gratis.
It's what? How much?
Free.
It's free.
Talk that tough.
It's free.
Free 99.
Free
I
99.
like that price.
Free 01. There we
Yeah.
go.
301.
And 10
Yes,
years
sir.
from now, we would want it to be free because, again, this is about community, about bringing people together, about celebration, about solidarity.
Accessibility. When
Yeah.
you do stuff like that, you're putting value into the community. You are literally infusing value into the community when you do something like that. That is fire. Free?
Yeah, absolutely. And also too,
Right.
we
And
hire Black.
Good.
We put a lot of dollars
Yes.
into Black people's pockets.
Good.
Yeah, Dila, tell them.
Most definitely, and that's something that capitalism, especially with most of the corporations moving from the West Coast, and I'm from the West Coast, but I've watched a lot of these corporations come here, and when they do come here, what happens is a lot of capitalism, and we tend to forget about the culture, and it's very important that we preserve that, and that's what Juneteenth is all about. And so when we're talking 10 years from now, we are planting seeds to ensure that this is something that's sustainable, and that, for some reason, as the leadership evolves, and we branch out and do other things and other people step in, that they have such formula that they have to follow because it works, and we've been doing this for 6 years, and by year 5, we've been able to get, Scarface and Tank and the Bangers. This year, we were very intentional about making sure that we remember Austin, but no telling who we're going to enroll next year. And so, again, the intention is to make sure it's for the people, by the people.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the biggest thing is that there's so many people that have moved to Austin because of what has been, over the last 20 years, this artist, that artist, and all of the cultural aspect of what Austin brings. And now we've got so many people here, and a lot of that has been forgotten about. A lot of why people move to Austin has been forgotten about, and it's been moved out. So I think this is so important. It really, really is. And it looks like you've got 3 dates: Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Saturday there's a community cookout. Who's invited to the cookout? Who ain't invited to the cookout?
That's a real question.
Name them.
You know what I'm saying? So give us the dates for that, if you would, please.
Yeah, so the Free Your Mind lecture series is happening June 10th and June 11th. Programming we have lunchtime film screenings and then evening programming from 6 to 9. And then we have the festival Saturday, June 14 from 12 to 10 p.m. The music is going to start outside at 4, but we'll have indoor programming in the earlier half of the afternoon. Okay. And then actually we have another date, Jabari, because we love to celebrate over here. On June 19, we actually have a remembrance ceremony. And so that is a time that we take to, that's kind of like the reflection time, right? Thinking about honoring the ancestors, honoring the people that we've lost, specifically bringing attention to people that we've lost through violence. And just giving an opportunity for community to grieve and just be together in that moment, and, really remember what Juneteenth is about and who made sacrifices to get here.
Very cool. Very cool. Queen Dila, do you have anything to add before we wrap up?
I just want to give out a shout out to Carrie Adams and Regine, who are the people who manifested to Stay Black and Live during the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's been so special. I've not only been able to be a part of the leadership team, but in the beginning stages, I was one of the performers before I came to work at the Carver, and I really watched the evolution of Stay Black and Live. So I just want to give a shout out to you, Reggie, and to you, Carrie, for all of your amazing work and all the love that you poured into this festival. I'm so grateful to have been able and to be a part of it on different levels. So shout out to y'all. I just wanted to make sure I said that. And shout out to the Carver team in its entirety, because, we work really, really hard as a team to ensure that this is an amazing series of events for the community, like Reggie said, from our educational series to the entertainment to our remembrance. So shout out to our entire Carver team for all of y'all hard work. You all are greatly appreciated.
Aw, thanks, Dila. We love you too. Couldn't do this without you.
That's a really cool thing, man. Really cool. So let me give you the dates one more time. It's a Free Your Mind Symposium Tuesday and Wednesday, June 11th and 12th. And then Stay Black and Live Community Cookout and Festival Saturday, June the 14th. And also, looks like you're still updating, still giving out information. And everybody can find information at either juneteenthatx.com or carver-museum.org, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much for having me, y'all.
Sure. Thank you for coming in. And Queen, thank you so much. I hope you pulled over safe and all of that, because, girl, you know this traffic ain't no punk. That's for sure. So please be careful if you ride.
Listen, I pulled over. I called in, so I pulled over just to ensure that we are able to have this conversation. And thank you all for having us.
Definitely. Let's get you in house next time, okay?
Yes.
All right, sounds good. All right, y'all. It's the Morning Grind on 88.7 FM DI. A little later on this year, that gentleman's coming out with a tell-all book.
He gonna talk some stuff.
Oh, man, dude.
What he gonna tell, Jabari?
Brother.
Everything.
Everything. He gonna talk about. He's already talking about it. Like on I think he was on Good Morning America. That, of course, my OGs, you know, that's Al B. Sure, off on your own. Al B. Sure, of course, his daughter, his son's mother, Kim Porter. May she rest in peace. Yes, sir. Of course, there's a lot of talk about how she actually passed away. He talks about that in the book. He talks about being harassed by people in the industry. He talks about the fact, because bruh almost died. He was like, he went into multi-system organ failure and all kinds of stuff. So he did call out Diddy's name once in that interview.
You think he was blackballed ultimately because
from the
of this
industry?
stuff?
Sure. Yeah, no question. He couldn't do what he wanted to do artist-wise.
Right.
I mean, this is a guy that worked with Quincy Jones too.
He was doing just fine before Sold Up.
Yeah, I mean, he wrote "Forever My Lady" by Jodeci. He wrote some stuff for Guy. He wrote, and again, he got an award from Quincy Jones from being an innovator. And so for him to just all of a sudden just disappear, and then like all this stuff with Kim Porter and how she died, and there are a lot of people that would tell you that Kim Porter was a picture of health. There was nothing wrong with her. And they say she died of pneumonia. And they're like, nah. He's like, no, sir. So Al B. Sure's book is coming out called Do You Believe Me Now? Yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're not picking up, it's no accidents. Because he could have put it out now. Dap, you say he could have put it out now.
He should have.
He should have put it out now.
Strike while the iron's hot, before the jury is not.
Oh, my Lord.
But right now, they together.
Facts.
Because y'all understand what is going down right now. It is happening in real time, and they just started. Day one was yesterday.
Yeah, you should have he should expect a 6 to 8 week trial.
6 to 8 weeks. That's a lot of evidence.
Jabari said it to us off air, but that's why you tell whoever it is, your A&R, your public relations people, and you say, I don't care what y'all saying, put it out in this window.
Right.
Yeah.
And that would have been the time.
Sure.
That's the hot time.
Yeah, exactly. I think with the whole way that trials go, sometimes there'll be a mistrial, or sometimes you say, well, we need to put this off or something like that. So I guess it's kind of like with album releases. Like if I say I'm working on a new album, but it may not come out till the end of 2025, like last quarter 2025.
Yeah.
So this may be that whole thing with that, but yeah, I'm sure he would like to have it out now.
Right.
And I don't blame him for that. I think he's probably been wanting to tell this story for quite some time, but the timing is crazy.
I got a story to tell in my book.
Yeah.
And in my book, it's going to be Dapper D's guide on how to approach a girl from the 2000 R&B music video.
Okay.
And I got 6 steps.
Talk to me, dog.
For y'all to do it.
What you got?
Wait, first of all, before y'all hear the steps, y'all promise to buy my book?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing, on the intro, you got to catch her eye from across the room. That usually starts with you spotting the girl at the club, at a party, on the street.
Okay.
Cue the slow motion, wind blowing through her hair, intense eye contact. I might bite my lip, nod slightly.
Okay.
Give the classic, let me holler at you look. Right. Y'all get that? Y'all feeling that?
But don't say it.
That's
just
the intro.
Yeah, just give it a look.
Okay, here's 2. The smooth walk up.
Ooh.
With background dancers, of course.
With background dancers?
So the R&B guy never walks, he glides.
Right.
And he's always flanked by his backup dancers.
Right.
and they somehow helped me flirt through the choreography.
But we still ain't said nothing yet.
Yeah,
though.
like Omarion, he was moonwalking into a girl's personal space and touch. Remember that? Okay, all right, stay with me now. On 3, the sing talk approach. Instead of a pickup line, I start singing my feelings right to her face.
Okay.
Lloyd and Southside are genuine indifferences. And it's always deep eye contact.
So now you ain't talking yet, you just singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to have some dramatic weather. That gives emotional depth. So like Neo and So Sick or
Yep.
Tyrese and Sweet Lady.
Yep.
It might start raining for no reason because emotions are high.
What Neo in the snow in that?
Yes.
With a skull cap on.
I got 2 more.
All right,
I gotta pull up in a clean ride, so I'm gonna need to borrow the Maybach
I got you.
at least for the cover of the book. I gotta be in your Maybach,
Okay.
so I look like I'm a 2000s R&B music video. So I gotta show up in a drop top, some candy painted coupe, slowly pull up to the curb. Like, you good? I gotta lean on the hood while singing. That gives me bonus points.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty much any Jagged Edge video helps me with that. And then lastly, I gotta promise big and I gotta love hard. So I gotta promise I'll never hurt you. You deserve better. Let me love you right, because the next dude ain't. And then I do that with a necklace, a ring, or something sparkly,
You got
like
hands, too.
Trey Songz in Can't Help But Wait.
Oh, that's a good song.
Can't help but wait. Yeah. So
yeah,
bottom line, that's how I'm gonna approach a girl.
No.
My book is gonna take you through the whole movie.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all are welcome.
All right, cool. Now you gonna have one of them big chains of Jagged Edge was
Yeah,
wearing.
yeah.
I want to be the one you call.
I wanna be the one you call. I hold you tight, 'cause he ain't doing it right.
Hey, tryouts for my backup dancer starts today at 5.
Nice.
You gonna have the shirt open? You gonna have the shirt open?
With my big medallion.
But you gonna have the skull cap on, but you still gonna have the shirt open.
Yeah.
So you dress for the winter up top, but for the summer
On the
chest
bottom.
day.
And I can't sing, but I'm gonna look like in the video. I'm gonna look like I feel
You gonna
every
gesticulate.
word.
That's the word.
Every word. Like right now, y'all see I'm feeling every word that I'm giving y'all right now.
Dog paddling.
But Jabbar, I gotta use music,
Yeah.
body language, and weather. As I said, I gotta use that all to my advantage. I gotta get that girl.
True. Yeah, you do. Yeah,
You gonna sweet a dee 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 da dee 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 like Donnell Jones. Sweet a dee 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 dee.
Gotta repeat myself a few times. But I'll do that in the chorus.
Yeah, you gotta sing that line over and over and over again.
Then disappear at the very end like Usher.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna be smooth. I'm gonna be emotional. I'm gonna be a little flashy. But most of all, ladies, I'm gonna be sincere.
There you go.
Well, I tell you what, I think this room is full of something. I don't know what is going on, but anyway, let's get on out here, fellas. It has been a fun morning, man.
That was fun.
Really have. Shout out to the folks at the Carver Museum, my boys. We did that thing, man. I appreciate y'all. Yes. Oh yes. Don't forget.